Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final press conference for All or Nothing, a great night of World Championship Boxing to be held this Saturday, October 25th from O2 Arena, London. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, in association with Platform Sports and Gold Star Promotions, along with their great sponsors. 32 Red, Unibet, Riyadh Season, The Ring, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, Vow Nutrition, and Flex Mize. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that this great event will be broadcasted live worldwide on DAZN by now at DAZN.com. Let's now welcome our press conference participants. First, Mr. Michael Ridout of DAZN. Manager of Fabio Wardley, Michael Otho. Manager of Joseph Parker, David Higgins. Mr. Spencer Brown of Gold Star Promotions. International Boxing Hall of Fame promoter, Frank Warren of Queensberry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event, it will be the big boys of boxing. 12 rounds scheduled for the WBO Interim Heavyweight Championship of the World. Let's now welcome the fighters. First, the challenger from Ipswich, England. Undefeated with 19 wins, 1 draw, 18 of his 19 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 6 by Ring Magazine. Let's welcome the undefeated, hard-hitting challenger, Fabio Wardley. And now let's welcome the defending champion from South Auckland, New Zealand. His professional record, 36 wins, 3 defeats, 24 of those 36 wins coming by way of knockout. Ranked number 2 by Ring Magazine, he is the former WBO World Champion. And this Saturday, the defending WBO Interim Heavyweight World Champion. Lupe Soliai, La'auli, Alemali Etoa, Joseph Parker. And now we hand things over to your host, Mr. DAZN.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Thomas Schreiber. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final press conference ahead of the highly anticipated, highly debated, and highly significant heavyweight showdown taking place Saturday night at the O2 London. Whilst Alexander Usyk sits at the top of the division with each world title belt, behind him there is a growing queue of determined, dangerous and restless challengers, all vying for their place, vying for their spot and vying for their shot at World Championship glory. At the very front of that queue today is Joseph Parker. Ranked number 2 in the world by Ring Magazine, he is a former world heavyweight champion who has had a taste of that rarefied air at the top of the mountain. And he sits here today hungrier than ever to get there again. But that climb to the top of the mountain is one that is fraught with danger. And on Saturday night, that danger comes in the form of the heaviest hands in the heavyweight division. Fabio Wardley has proven himself to be a one-punch knockout specialist. His ability to find a way to win in the face of what often appear to be insurmountable odds has seen him rise to recognition as Ring Magazine's number 6 ranked heavyweight and one of the most dangerous fighters walking the planet today. So you can feel it. There is a heavyweight storm brewing here in London. And whilst many would get swept away or damaged by this storm, it is in the eye of the storm that both Fabio Wardley and Joseph Parker truly come alive. And it will be in the eyes of the world that the winner on Saturday night will be most worthy of that shot at Alexander Usyk's crown. We'll be live around the world on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday night for both Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley, this is all or nothing. I'm going to get an opening word from both of the fighters before we speak to the rest of the table, managers and promoters, etc. And Joseph Parker, I want to start with an opening word from yourself, because it's actually been 7 years now since you were last world champion. 7 years you've been trying to become a two-time world heavyweight champion. The fight is called All or Nothing, but it feels more like all or nothing for you, because it feels with a loss, it's a long way back. Give us your thoughts here heading into Saturday.
Hello everyone, good to see you all here. Thanks for making time to come to the press conference, all the media as well, Team Parker, my wife. For me, this is all or nothing really. I'm not really thinking about losing this fight. I'm going into this fight to win. And once I win, I'm going to move on to the next fight. I respect my opponent and what he's done in his career and how he's prepared for this fight, but I'm a different level, to be honest. And I'm going to show it on Saturday night.
And Joseph, just on that, that is a word that you have used in the build-up, level. You believe you're on a different level. So explain to us here, what level are you and what level is Fabio Wardley?
You'll see. You'll see on Saturday night. I don't really want to explain it in words, I want to explain it in action.
Well, let's bring in Fabio Wardley here. Give us your thoughts, biggest moment of your career. This is it, Saturday night, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, look, massive night coming up on Saturday. Massive for the pair of us on this table, and massive for me at this stage of my career as well. It is obviously the biggest fight of my career, biggest fight of my life coming up, and so far so good for me. Every time I do step up, I rise to the occasion and rise to the challenge, and Saturday is going to be no different.
One word which I keep hearing, which we've heard already today, levels. What do you make of it when you keep hearing that Joseph Parker says it's going to come down to levels?
Yeah, the separation between levels and where Joe is and where people think I am has been a common theme with me throughout my career, to be honest. It's nothing new that I'm hearing. Every time I step up to a new level, it's always, this is the step too far, this is the step too far, until obviously I come through, I win, and then, okay, well, it's the next step, is the step too far. So for me, it's nothing new. I relish the challenge. I look forward to stepping up, proving people wrong, proving doubters wrong, and showing that I am very much at the top level of this division.
Okay, Fabio, Joseph, both of your mics are live. I'm going to speak to the rest of the table, but feel free to chime in at any time. Let's bring in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And Frank, this is truly a significant moment in the heavyweight division. Give us your thoughts, please, heading into Saturday and what this means.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What does this fight mean? This is the most significant fight, I think, at the moment in the heavyweight division. It's the best one out there. These two guys have stepped up. Neither of them needed to make this fight. You know, Joe Parker, he's the interim champion. The WBO have already ordered that the Usyk has to defend his belt against him, but he was injured. And Joe said no, he wants to fight anyway. And Fabio, again, he's in a fantastic position and he only had to wait his time and he would have got a crack at it. Said no, I want to fight as well. And not only that, I want to fight Joe Parker because it gives me a chance to jump the queue. And you've got to take your hat off to them. They're fighting men, proper fighting men. And we've got a superb fight here, a brilliant fight. Queensbury and DAZN are bringing another great heavyweight fight to the viewers. And, you know, you look at it and you look at they're talking about levels, and I get that and understand that. And you look at a former champion, world champion Joe Parker, who's on a fabulous run, you know, beating Bacoli, Zhang and Wilder and doing it in style. And then you look at Fabio, who no amateur experience whatsoever, a couple of white-collar fights, but done everything that has been asked of him. He's had 20 fights, he's undefeated, knocked out 18 opponents, and stepped up a level each time. And the one thing he has got going for him is he does have a leveler, and that's his explosive power. I don't care how good you are. If he catches you, you're going to be in trouble. And with Joe, you've got somebody who's been there, done it, and continuing to do it. And you look at the both of them, the superb condition they're in. These guys have trained They've not left anything, no stone unturned. They're in their best condition, and you're going to get something special on the night. And the prize is there for the winner. The winner gets to fight Mr. Usyk. He gets to fight him for the WBO belt and the other 3 belts. And Mr. Usyk has said that he will take that fight early next year. So that is the prize. It's all or nothing for the winner.
Thank you very much, Frank. So much on the line on Saturday, and it's also a big night for DAZN. Let's bring in Michael Ridout from DAZN, and this is exactly the sort of heavyweight showdown that you guys are becoming known for.
Absolutely, and Queensbury, of course, the home of the heavyweights. Look, thanks, Dev, and thanks, everybody, for coming today. This is an incredible fight. This has all the ingredients of an absolute heavyweight classic. Joseph Parker, Fabio Wardley, interim champ versus interim champ, number 1 versus number 1, both coming off career high performances, both with so much to lose, but of course, both with so much to gain. As Frank has said, Usyk is already confirmed. The winner of this fight is next. They will get their shot at legacy. They will get their shot at history. They will get their shot at becoming the next unified heavyweight champion of the world. And of course, it's all live on DAZN. The prelims kick off at 4:30. The main card kicks off at 6:30. And these men will walk to the ring at around 10 p.m. UK time. Do not miss it. Live and exclusive worldwide on DAZN.
Thank you very much, Michael. Brilliant, brilliant stuff coming up on Saturday. I want to speak to David Higgins from Team Parker. Now, David, you had to take a few shots at the launch press conference from Michael Offo over here, but I'm sure you are very confident it will be your man landing all the big shots on Saturday night. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's wonderful to be back in London again. It's like a second home for our team, so we're grateful to the promoter, Frank Warren, for putting a big show on, and all the fans. I'm very confident for Joseph Parker for Saturday. I've never seen him so good, and he's been getting incrementally better fight by fight. That's the scary thing, and really just the whole package now with all that experience. So I think credit to the opposition, and Wardley's got a massive punch. He could knock anyone out on his day, so the fight's not without risk. But I think it'll be our night on Saturday. And the really exciting thing, to emphasise what Frank Warren said, is I have to admit I was a little bit cynical about Usyk's motives a while back. Like, does he want to keep fighting? Does he want to unify? But I was involved in a couple of phone calls that were quite encouraging the other week, which suggests to me that Usyk absolutely does value the unified position and will honour it. And now I'm increasingly confident the winner of this fight will get a shot for the undisputed heavyweight world title, so it's a very exciting eliminator situation.
You've been there since day one with Joseph Parker. You've seen them all come and go. Does Fabio Wardley present anything that Joseph Parker hasn't seen before?
Look, I mean, he's 33, but he's arguably a veteran. If you look around the sport and look at the names on his resume, there'd be few, if any, other boxers now that have the quantity and quality of opposition and have been that many rounds at his age. And so, is there anything that worries me? No. But Wardley's got a massive punch, and if luck's on his side, he could buy a lotto ticket. He might win the fight. So, but no, I think it'll be our night, and then we're going to go straight for Usyk and for the unified title.
Let's bring in Michael Offo from Team Wardley. You've heard from David Higgins there. Have you got your lottery ticket ready for Saturday night?
I don't think we need to be playing the lottery. This fight, Fabio's been dedicated for the past 10 years, been a complete professional, made all the sacrifices needed. So there'll be no luck involved. It'll be from the hard work that he's put in over the time. So yeah, I think Fabio's gonna stop Parker in great fashion.
Fabio said something yesterday on the live stream for the workout, and he said that people are forgetting that I picked this fight. So you would have been part of that decision-making process. Is that because you've seen vulnerabilities in Joseph Parker as a team that you can exploit? Tell us a little bit more about why you've picked Parker.
I think the world has seen vulnerabilities in Parker, not just us. But yeah, for Fabio, fighting who is number one and who they claim is the best out there. Fabio always wants to challenge us as a team. We look for challenges. It's a sink or swim mentality, and that's what we have. And I think Fabio's gonna swim, and it's gonna be a good fight whilst it lasts. But Fabio's gonna be too quick, too powerful, too youthful. All this talk of experience, Fabio's just gonna clean the clock with it.
Let's hear from someone who I'm sure will disagree. Spencer Brown, you said, of course, that Fabio dodged a bullet against Justice Hooney. What are you thinking heading into Saturday night, and how confident are you in your man that he can finish what Justice Hooney perhaps looked like he was going to do?
Yeah, I do think he dodged a bullet. A lot wouldn't agree with that, but thought he just took his chance on the night. But he was well behind. But Joe Parker, after speaking to him this week and to speaking to Andy Lee and George Lockhart, and I just think he's in the best shape of his life. And I think he's been here, he's done it all before, he's got the maturity, he knows where he went wrong before. I think he's a lot better boxer. I think with George Lockhart's strength and conditioning, Andy Lee's, training regime, that I think he's probably 30-40% better than what he was. He's just a different man. I spoke to Joe this week as well. How's it going, Joe? I'm in the best of form I've ever been in my life. He said, best shape, best form. I'm feeling unbelievable. And I'm going for the win in a big way. So, you cannot underestimate this man on our left. He's got a knockout punch that'll knock a horse out. But he's got to get that punch in, and it's not going to be easy with Joe Parker. Joe Parker, for me, at this very moment in time, under Usyk is the main man. And people talk about levels. I think you'll see levels on Saturday. Thank you.
Spencer, one final one. Do you kind of agree with what David Higgins was saying, that perhaps Fabio Wardley needs to get lucky on Saturday if he's going to win this?
I think that might be an overstatement. He's a great fighter, Fabio Wardley. He's proved time and time again. It's not just luck that he knocks people out and knocks them unconscious. We all see what happened with the Fraser Clark fight, and the first one was a very even fight, and Fabio just steps. He put the gears on in the second. And we saw an horrendous knockout, and he's capable of doing that to anybody. So, but David knows his boxing. He's been around Joe a long time, and I think the whole camp and the whole team are really, really confident.
Let me bring in Fabio Wardley here. Fabio, do you have to win this fight by knockout? Is there another route to victory for you on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's I don't know. I guess maybe it's done me. I don't know if it's a positive or negative, really, that everyone focuses a lot on my power, knocking opponents out. Obviously, with my record and stuff, that speaks for itself. And I guess in that case, then it draws away from my actual boxing skill, boxing ability. I think anyone with an educated brain within boxing knows it takes more than some muscles and a bit of strength to knock someone out. It takes practice, timing, precision. You've got to work at those things, and all those lead into boxing IQ. So just because my record is littered with highlight reel knockouts, I think people get distracted by that and take away from my actual boxing skills, which set up those punches or brought me to those moments. So I guess in that situation, it works in my benefit, because if you think I'm going to be running around that ring with my right hand cocked ready to go, then there's a lot more you and the team will need to prepare for.
There's been a lot of talk about the experience disparity between the two of you. Joe Parker fought Fraser Clark back in 2010. You fought him in 2024. It's been quite a difference in terms of that. But is there a flip side, Fabio? Everyone's talking about how experienced he is. But are there maybe miles on the clock? Has he had maybe too many fights, too many rounds? What are you thinking?
Yeah, look, in terms of too many, that's not for me to say. I don't know. That's for him, his team, and whichever. But he has been around the block for a long time. He's got a lot of fights under his record, and by no means is he an old man in the game at all. But he's definitely been in the sport for a long time. had some heavy fights. It does, look, I've been in a few wars myself, and I know they put miles on the clock, and Joe's done a lot more rounds and been a lot more of those than me. So there's two sides to that coin of experience of, yeah, okay, you can take the experience into the fight, but you're also taking all the miles in there as well that you built along the way. You can't erase those. You bring them with you. So there's two sides to it. So it depends how you want to look at it, really.
How would you like to look at it, Joseph? The idea of perhaps miles on the clock. You've been doing this for a lot longer than Fabio Wardley has. What is your...
I've got many miles on the clock. I've got many more to bring. I'm only getting into my prime now. Listen, credit to Wardley for taking this fight. It's the wrong time to take this fight because I'm going to smash him.
That's for you to reply to, Fabio.
I couldn't hear, sorry.
He said he's going to smash you.
That's okay. I'd expect nothing less. Like, I picked, again, I said to you yesterday, I picked him as a fighter because, yes, coming off my last fight, the performance as a whole wasn't the best. That's fine by me, no problem. I've proven before in my career that I can put on the not so great performance, come back, learn, not just learn the game, but also learn myself as well and pick areas that we need to fix and sort out and then go into another fight and get the win. And this is going to be exactly the same for me because, look, I wanted someone who was game, who there was no question marks about. I knew my next fight had to be a big one, and that's why we picked Joe. That's why we wanted him. Look, under Usyk, he is the next man, so that's a great scalp for me to take.
He picked this fight. I said yes to every fight, whatever fight it was. So we both want this fight. He believes in himself, but I know I'm going to win this fight.
Again,
just coming into my prime.
I need someone in front of me with self-belief, and look, that's when you see the best out of me. When the fight gets a bit gritty, when there is a bit of a back and forth, that's when you get the best out of me. When the lights are bright, that's when the best Fabio Wardley turns up.
What about activity, Fabio? Since Joseph Parker boxed Zhilei Zhang, he's had 2 rounds against Martin Bakole. In that same time period, I think you've had 23 rounds. You've learnt a lot, you've come on a lot. Is that going to be a bit of a factor heading into Saturday?
Yeah, look, potentially. We all know as boxers and as boxing fans how dangerous ring rust can be. That's not to say that Joe's just been sitting at the couch watching TV and waiting for the phone to ring.
Maybe I have.
But yeah, look, I think if he had had it his way, he'd have definitely had more fights in that time period, and he would have had more time in the ring and kept more loose and kept more active if he could. But boxing will be boxing. The game is what it is, and sometimes it pushes you to the sidelines a bit. So yeah, look, ring rust on the night could show up. Who knows? It depends. It depends how active and stuff he's been outside of camp. So that's one to see.
Michael Offo, I think you're trying to catch my attention.
Yeah, I think, the fact of the matter is we talk about these lottery tickets. AJ had the lottery ticket. Dillian Whyte had the lottery ticket. Joe Joyce had the lottery ticket. We've heard it all before. The facts are, when Fabio gets in the ring, he knocks them out. Doesn't matter how it comes. By the end of the bell, it's Fabio Wardley's raised hands. So anything else, there's no fear from our team. There's no lack of confidence. We believe that Fabio can beat any heavyweight out there. And Parker's just a part of the story.
Thank you for your opinion.
Joseph, how quickly do you expect Fabio Wardley to realise that he's not on your level on Saturday?
Fairly quickly. You'll see. There's no point talking about it. Let's just get to action.
What are you expecting to happen in there? Because Fabio Wardley has learnt a lot in every fight so far. What will he learn on Saturday night?
He's going to learn that it's okay to have a loss. And he's got enough time to climb back.
Look, I know it's okay. I'm just not planning on having it on my record. That's all. I haven't lost to date. I'm not planning on doing it anytime soon. Look, that's not the way Saturday night is going to go. Like, especially at the O2 for me, like a home away from home. That's an extra man in the ring with me. That's an extra buzz. So Saturday night's going to be big.
Do you feel you bring something that he hasn't seen before, Fabio?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think I bring something that any boxer hasn't seen. It's few and far between that a boxer has come from my background and made it this far in the game, and it's something new. Like, my style is unorthodox. I do different things because I wasn't brought up on the same school of boxing that everyone else was. I took pieces and built it together for myself, and that's created a style which changes, which flows, which looks differently from an opponent across the ring from me. So yeah, look, it's going to be something different for him to look at. I'm not going to act or react in a certain way. I'm going to keep things fluid.
Joseph, you've heard the name Alexander Usyk here a few times at the press conference. That seems to be the ultimate carrot being dangled. Is it on your mind? Because I've seen you get in the ring and talk to him. I've seen you make music videos. Do you need to knock out Fabio Wardley to send that message?
No, I just want to go out there and do my job on the weekend. I don't really care about who's next. I care about the weekend. I care about Saturday. That's who I care about. This guy in front of me.
Okay, let's get a final word. Fabio, give us your final thoughts heading into Saturday night. And in fact, tell Joseph.
Look, Saturday night, 25th of October, O2 Arena. Probably the best boxing venue in the UK. It's special. That cauldron lights up when it's full, packed, 20,000 people in there, electric, wall to wall. 2 dramatic fighters in there, but only one winner. Fabio Wardley win, Fabio Wardley knockout.
Final word to yourself, Joseph Parker, defending champion.
Firstly, thanks to my team for being here. Spencer, David, George, Andy, rest of the team. I'm going to smash you.
Let's get them faced off. Thank you very much.